Because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
Well, chat, that's where we at. This is where we are. This is where we are. Stephen A. Hey, welcome to Respect the Hustle Podcast. CT checking in. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you click subscribe right now. If you're watching this, stop, subscribe. Welcome back. We are not in season 2, but it's just too much stuff going on in the sports world for me to be on a little break. You know, I'm getting my mind right, my body, my spirit, all of this. We're gonna talk about that in a second, chat. We're going to talk about that in a second. But make sure you like, comment. First and foremost, chat. We got well over 40 subscribers. A whole bunch of views in season 1. So listen up, check this out. So, a lot of people have been asking, chat, where have I been? I was playing basketball, hooping. I was hooping, heard a pop, went down. All right, so I'm injured. Right? And there is video I've heard of this incident, but I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not looking for it. So in the meantime, between time of me getting my body right, resting up, healing up, I said, you know what? Let me take a break. Step away. Call that season 1. Come back with season 2 with some more content that you will love. All right? And chat. Season 2, we going up. A lot of people have been asking about guest appearances, things of that nature. Listen, now I have did some interviews, I have did some podcasts with some special people already. Those episodes have not released. Okay, I'm not releasing them. For me, I wanted to get as much footage as possible. There's a lot of editing going on. There's a lot of different things going on when you're dealing with guests. We know as for this podcast, it's just me. All right. But season 2, I got some stuff y'all been asking for. I got some people y'all been asking for. So I'm looking forward to doing season 2. But you already seen why we're here today. You already seen why we're here. All right. Jumping straight into it. Okay, first and foremost, shout out to LeBron James, about to go into season 2 of Mind the Game podcast. This time, we know his former co-host, JJ Redick, is now his head coach. So he's hopping into it with another legendary basketball player by the name of Steve Nash. Okay, and I just like the X's and O's of Mind the Game podcast that they talk about and everything. So make sure you check them out. Check out season 1. That's still available on YouTube. Season 2, I believe, launched this past week. Okay? So, in the midst of all of that, let me refresh your memory just in case you might not know everything that's going on. So, during the game, third quarter, team timeout, LeBron, as you can see, did that double look, noticed Stephen A, and he went and addressed it. Stephen A, the next day, he talking about he didn't know the moment was going to go viral, so on and so forth. He got checked. And afterwards, it's crazy. The day before LeBron did his Pat McAfee show post, I was just thinking about the whole situation, and I was like, man, Stephen A is going on a tour about this situation, just for LeBron to get on Pat McAfee show and address everything, and he addressed it. Stephen A back door and said, yeah, he would have got whooped, but if LeBron would have touched him, he would have swung. Come on, man, what are we doing here, y'all? Can you imagine? Can you imagine, chat? Stephen A saying, F it. Well, LeBron James, man, I'm sorry. I'm literally speechless. Literally speechless. Literally speechless. So, correlating, LeBron checked him because, as he said on Pat McAfee show, I mean, you could critique the game, all of that stuff, but when you challenge him as a father, because Stephen A said, pretty much, when Bronny came in and Bronny was struggling, everybody was, he not ready, LeBron, nepotism, all this other stuff, words they don't even know how to spell. And then, Stephen A said, as a father, you gotta stop, man. As a father, we all gonna do what we gotta do for our kids, no matter what it is. At that point, I can give you the fishing rod, but if you don't come back with no fish, I can show you how to fish. I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. But Bronny has been drinking. Whatever you want to name it. Hennessy, Don, Julio, I think there's a tequila, Anna, Lobos, Jim is cut. LeBron James Jr. has been killing. Y'all laughed at me. Some of y'all might have unsubscribed when I told y'all Bronny is part of the big three. Name me 3 Laker players. LeBron James, Luka, Bronny James. Those are the 3 names everybody know. Bonus points, you might say Austin Reeves. You might say Dalton Connect. But you're not going any further than that. So, we know Bronny been killing in the G League. The other day had a season high 39 points. You could tell the difference. Of him attacking the basket. And, you know what, chat? I'm just thinking about like all those G Leaguers, those grown men. When they seen Bronny them on the schedule, and when Bronny was struggling, they was at the buffet line. How you do it? I don't lick my fingers, so I can't. But it was finger licking good. Chat. They was ready, licking their chops to say, hey, y'all. Stop Bronny James on 3. Stop Bronny James on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop Bronny James. Like, they was ready. Only for Bronny to drive to the back, dunk. Like, come on. Y'all was not ready for the progression of Bronny James. And I'm loving it. All I'm saying is, I'd rather him learn on the fly as he is now with a professional team versus in the college run. He killing it. I'm just saying. Had a season high in NBA numbers, 17 points a few weeks ago, last week. I mean, you can't write the script any better. Cannot write the script any better. Do y'all know the narrative that it would be if Bronny and LeBron goes to the finals? Bronny James Finals MVP. Y'all laughing at me right now. I see. So let's touch on the men's bracket. NCAA men's bracket. We're going into the Sweet 16 this weekend. Okay, as you can see the bracket, a lot of my bracket has been bust. But right now, looking at this field, I'm gonna stick with my prediction to win the whole thing, which they're still in it. U of H. You stay with the hometown. This go around. U of H. Going over to the women's bracket. Pretty much, I'm gonna just give you the champion that I believe is gonna go. You know, it sucks. Juju went down. That kind of changed the whole landscape of who's gonna be in the championship game. But I will say UCLA versus South Carolina. South Carolina gonna take it. All right, that's my prediction. Let's just see where it stays. To wrap things up, touching the NBA. Okay, we know 2 teams have been eliminated from each, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, from playoff contention. Okay, even though the field is not quite set yet, Cleveland, Boston, New York, Indiana, Milwaukee, Detroit, they have all locked in the playoff spot. All right, they're all locked in the playoff spot. On the West, OKC, Houston, and Denver, they've been locked in. Memphis, LA, and Golden State, they round out the top 6 teams right now. I mean, you lose one game, this whole thing can shift over. Okay, OKC is pretty much locked in. Cleveland pretty much locked in. My predictions will be coming soon. Right now, the early favorites. I see Golden State making a run. It's hard for me to see Golden State losing a 7-game series. Okay, that's kind of hard for me. Boston and Cleveland, I'm booking them for the Eastern Conference Finals. That's gonna be a good matchup, and I can see Boston making their way back. Them and Golden State going into a potential Game 7. That can be a pretty good playoffs. There's a lot of parity around the league right now. Who knows what it's going to end up? I do thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, subscribe. All right. Who do you think gonna win the March Madness? Who's gonna win on the women's side? Who's gonna win on the men's side? Okay. What do you think of the LeBron and Stephen A situation? Because now this is a daily scenario. What we got? It was good to see LeBron go and take a step out of his just legendary mode. Have a Pat McAfee interview. It was great to see that. Thank you for tuning in. CT signing out. Peace.